Inravio.com.
We have on Skype with us today Ron Louis Smith II. Ron, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Doing great. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to come on with us. And we wanted to talk about this album, Prince of Sunshine, that dropped yesterday. I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yes, I'm very happy about it. You know, there's a lot of positive energy, and I'm keeping this Sound of Sunshine going.
Yes, you are. I'm loving the tunes on it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Can you tell us a
really
little bit about how you came to, just come up with that type of feel? I know you definitely got that feel of the Miami vibe going on there, and trying to bring some of that, 70s, 80s dance type feel back, that vibe. Tell us how you came up with the sound.
Well, really and truly how it came out to be is that it was more like a calling. It was like this feeling that was just coming out of me saying that I have to keep this sound going. I really felt that a lot of the things that was going on in the world was like kind of dark, and I wanted to do a project where it's just nothing but light and happiness and joy. So I was bringing that party feeling that was coming out of me and what I was always been around ever since I was growing up as a little kid and basically just born into the world. It's just that I was doing something that I was already natural and born to do, so it was just really natural just to come right in and fit into exactly what was already set up for me to carry on.
Right. Now, one of the things that, we talked about, and of course we shared it on social media, you are basically royalty because your father and your uncle were both in Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yes. And Harry Wayne Casey is my godfather.
That's nice. Now, how young were you? Were you like a musician from a young age? I mean,
this is how it really happened. Is the first time I actually got into the studio, I was 5 years old. My father was recording one of his some music, and I was trying to get in because I wanted to be with my father, and he let me in, and I grabbed the microphone, and that was really like the first time I really started doing some singing, because I sang the whole song that just came from the top of my head, and the engineer and my father was like, wow, the boy got a hit, so that was the first time I actually was in a big studio at 5 years old. But then when I went to college, I came back around, I was like 21 years old. I came back from summer break, and I brought a CD to my father with a couple songs on it. And I was telling him that, yeah, I'm up in college, and we writing some songs and doing some stuff with some of my marching band friends up in Tallahassee. And what was going on is that my dad was listening to it and stuff like that, but he was not taking me real serious. So I went back after the summer break, went back to school, took some more classes, and I came back for fall. And when I came back for break again, I said, Dad, look, I got some more songs now. And he still wasn't taking me serious. So I went back again and came back with another song, just one song this time. And he was like, so you really, really want to do this? And I said, yes, you can't see that I've been doing this and stuff like that. And he said, well, I'll teach you everything that I know, but you must promise to me that I learned the business. So I made that promise to my father, and I said that, yeah, I learned the business, so teach me everything that you know. And the only thing he told me was, if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. And I was like, that's it? I mean, that's what you're going to tell me? So that's how I create my music. To this day right now, if the music doesn't move me and feel good to me, I'll stop the whole session right then and there and say, I don't like this,
Right. That's awesome. That's an awesome story. Now, that's great that you had, musicians in your family. Myself, I'm a musician as well, but I had no musicians in my family growing up at all.
Wow.
I was like the first one, so I didn't have like that kind of thing with my
like
dad.
a mentor kind of experience.
Yeah. I didn't even get that from my dad. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. I didn't even get that. But it was like, I was the first one. When you think about it. But I mean, now you, growing up in a house like that, was there like a lot of music talk? It's got to be. I mean, that was like probably sitting down at dinner.
Yes,
it was all music.
yes. A lot of music talk. I mean, sometimes when my uncle Jerome came around, he pull out his guitars at the barbecue or stuff like that. He just start picking away, picking, bang, bang. Because my uncle Jerome, he always played his guitar, and then my dad pulled out his trumpet, and they always used to talk about the times when they was on tour and stuff like that in the early '70s and stuff. And my dad used to, because I was still young and I haven't really seen the videos yet until I got older. And he used to always say that, oh, I was on the Midnight Special, I was on the Dick Clark Show and stuff like that. And then when I actually got older and I looked at it on YouTube and I see my father dancing on stage and doing spins and jumping up and down because, you know, he was the choreographer and the leader of the horn section. He put all that stuff together and you see him just doing all these crazy things. I was like, wow, look at my father, you know, it was just amazing to me. And then you see my uncle in the back, they looked so young, you know, it's just, I'm seeing all these people that I grew up with and I didn't even know how big they really was because they were just my family, you know, and it just was something. Even when I went over Casey house all the time, I used to play with the dogs and stuff, but I never knew that my family was this big. Like the Grammy Awards and American Music Awards and stuff, I just usually, as a little kid, I used to just hold those things in my hand like, wow, you know, just like this award or something like that, but I didn't really know exactly what it was until I got older.
I remember the Midnight Special, and yeah, that's got to be kind of like a little bit of a culture shock because you used to your dad in a certain environment, and your uncle and stuff, and then all of a sudden, and even Casey, and then all of a sudden you see him like in the old Midnight Specials, and it was like, that's my dad?
Yes,
Right?
that's exactly that. And I was like, wow, look how young he looked, you know, because the thing is that the whole band was started when they was like in their teenage, you understand? So they wasn't even like early 20s, like 19, just turning into 20s, and you see how big they are, and just, I mean, amazing, you know. I mean, that band was very, very high energy and amazing. They did a lot of things on stage that really was ahead of a time for the whole situation, you know, and that's why I'm just thankful to be a part of that situation, you know.
Right. Now you're bringing a lot of that high energy, that same type thing, to your music as well. And
Yes.
I understand you have like electrifying.
That's the whole foundation and the point. That's why the name of the project is called The Prince of Sunshine. I am the Prince of Sunshine. I'm the only one that can take that sound of sunshine and bring it into the next generation, you know, because the whole foundation of it, the whole feeling of it is that we want the fans of the music to always love the music, have a good energy, and just want to dance and have a good time. Forget about all your worries and just have a good time. The music is for everybody.
Right. See, so Bonnie was right.
He is a prince. I told
He is
you.
a prince. She was saying you are a prince, and you're right. You are. You're the Prince of Sunshine. I think that's your new name right there.
There you go. I am the Prince of Sunshine. Thank you so much.
I think we coined it. I think we got something here. Now, you apparently did an electrifying Spank tribute that pays homage to your father and your uncle as well.
Yes. That song really hit off real big overseas in Switzerland, Europe, Australia. I get a lot of feedback from a lot of people because when I did the record, I was saying to myself is that I wanted the young people to really feel it and everybody to feel it, you know, because the thing is that song is a huge dance house record that has been spent and played for over 40 something years, you know, and everybody just loved that record. It's a real big record that has been in so many movies, from Studio 54 to Here Comes the Boom. I mean, it's been sampled by so many big time house DJs, from Umick to from George Vaughan to Frankie Knuckles to a lot of big time dance DJs in the house and EDM type music, of dance music. They really love that Spank record. So it was really something very great for me to re-enter it into the atmosphere so everyone can love it and enjoy it on my take of the whole entire song.
Right, I think it's a great thing, and I understand you taking. I heard the music, and I know that your feel is that you want to take it from what it was back in the day, the dance music of then, and kind of bring it into the 21st century with a totally different type of party feel. And I think you've done that. I mean, I've listened to it. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, I'll tell you, before I even read, I mean, I saw your bio and all of that, and I just skimmed over it real quick, but I heard the music, and when I heard the song, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I'm heard the music, and I'm like, I feel like I'm in Miami Beach. That's what I felt like. I'm telling you this.
That's the whole
it's
environment.
True. And then I read it, and it's like you're looking for the whole Miami
as soon as you
vibe.
heard it. you say that's that sunshine, Junkanoo, Miami sound, sunshine sound music.
I
That's
felt
exactly
like
what
I
I
felt
want
like
you
it
to
was
say.
summertime and I was back in Miami Beach. That's what it felt
Okay.
like. Yep, I felt like I was down in South Beach. So I mean, you've definitely hit home with that. I think that's and I think right now that whole feel, I think that's a really popular feel. I think you're right in the wheelhouse there. I mean, you know, along with all the other type funk stuff that's out right now, I think you're really hitting right in there. I think you got something very good.
Well, I said to myself is that it's time for that Sound of Sunshine to be on the charts again, you know? And that's my main thing that I want to do right now is to keep our movement, our groove. I want to keep the groove going. That's how they say it. Keep the groove going and making everybody boogie and have a good old time.
That's what it is. You get people to dance, and you're going to do well with it, I think. So now,
That's
what's up
it.
for you next? I know the album it dropped yesterday. So has there been any vibes or scuttlebutt on how it's working?
Oh, yes, yes. I'm getting a lot of feedback from a lot of different major media and magazines and stuff about the album. A lot of people are calling me about interviews. I'm lining up some things. I'm getting ready to do some big whole shows and stuff like that with the concert because my whole image is that I'm bringing to you the same type of things that you've seen from the long time ago. I'm gonna have a 4-piece horn section that's gonna be moving with all that energy. You're gonna see me dancing and singing the songs. I'm really gonna bring a party to everyone whoever comes to see my shows.
I love that, and I'll tell you what. If you have a tour set up, are you working on that? Is that something that you've been working on?
We're putting everything together so that everyone can actually see everything. My whole team and stuff like that. We're setting down everything so that we can move forward on the situation. But right now, we're putting everything with the music and get everybody aware of the situation going on, and just letting this sound of sunshine just hit everybody.
That's awesome, man. I'll tell you what. If you have anything in the works to come to New York, we would love to have you, and you come in studio as a guest, and we're going to come see you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Thank you so much. I love New York. That's one of the places that my father used to say that they did a lot of work of there. I think it was from the New Year's Eve, Dick Clark New Year's Eve
Oh,
show
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. It's a lot of tape and footage of them doing parties of the Big Apple is the place.
That's it, right? That's the place. We would love to have you. So, Ron, thank you for your time. We appreciate you coming. And if you haven't checked out this album yet, The Prince of Sunshine by Ron Louis Smith the second, you have to check this out. It's an awesome album. It's a great dance album, and I think everybody's going to like this. I think you need to check this out.
I like it.
Yeah. So we're going to have a little bit of a clip as we're going out to break, and we'll be right back right after this. Ron, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. You have a great night.
You too.
You too. We'll be right back right after this.
Inravio.com.